Hello everyone, welcome back to webinar number 16. So nice to have you in the directory, and I do hope that these webinars are helping you to build your business. I'm getting some really nice comments and suggestions and recommendations, which I'm implementing as I go along. So thank you very much. Keep them coming. All right, last week I did a webinar on affiliate marketing, and the intention of that really is, well, one, somebody suggested it, and thank you so much for that. But number two, it's also a way to make extra income sort of on the side. I know a lot of people call that passive income, but it really isn't very passive. I mean, it can be to some extent. It's not something you have to do every single day, but it's a good way to diversify your income stream, which, as we all know, these days it's extremely important to be diversified and to have income coming from as many different sources. So this week, what I wanted to do is I wanted to continue on that affiliate marketing topic, and I wanted to talk about how to write for that. How do you, now that you have affiliate links, now that you know you can use Amazon links or Mavely links, or, you know, even just affiliate links from other companies, now what do you do? How do you get that out? Yes, of course, you can put it out in your email, LinkedIn posts, social media, Facebook, any other social media, YouTube, and article writing. But of course, the more people you have coming to that content, the higher the chances are of you earning more and more income. So that's what we're going to talk about today, how to do all of that really cool stuff. All right, so the very first thing I want to tell you is that you want to write content that educates. I know affiliate marketing is really about selling a product or a service, you know, whoever product or service it is that you're affiliated with, but it's really about educating, because if you come off selling, you're less likely to actually make a sale. So for aging in place professionals, you know, it doesn't matter if you're modifying homes, you know, contractor, handyman, builders, whatever. If you're OTs or PTs or CAP certified or any other aging in place certified, service-based providers, equipment tool providers, whatever, you want to focus the content and the information on educating. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that and how you do that. So today, what you're going to learn is you're going to learn how to create authentic content, meaning content in your voice, your words, your language. Well, not tech language. You never want to use tech language with your audience. You know, you want to use their language. But anyway, authentic content. You want to position these links, the links to your affiliate program, effectively, and you want to build trust while you're earning income. And that is part of the whole reason of educating versus selling, because by educating, you're building that trust. I mean, I think the average, the average is that the viewer, the user, the reader, whatever, has to see your name, your brand, at least 7 times, has to actually visibly see it, hear it, and has to have at least 11 hours of exposure to that brand, name, whatever. So that's a lot. I mean, when you think about someone, you know, maybe seeing your name on social media for a minute, or seeing your name on Pinterest or YouTube or an article, whatever, it's usually only a minute or two. So when you consider that you need around approximately 11 hours worth of, at least this, I think is what I read, is at least 11 hours, and then 7 points of contact. So that could be anything from email, you know, if they subscribe to your email list, 7 points of contact, they click on your ad on Facebook or LinkedIn, and they find you on Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo, wherever, you know, so it's a lot. So don't be discouraged if you're doing all this work and you don't see anything happening for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. It takes time, but believe me, it works. It does work, believe me. Okay. And I think in the webinar that I did on, well, I know in the webinar that I did, I showed you my spreadsheet, and that really, that showed you that it is working, even after Google's apocalyptic changes in 2023. Anyway, okay. So I just want to do a little recap on affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is basically earning a commission on a product or service that you are promoting. 9 out of 10 times, if not more, it's someone else's product or service. So let's say you are a builder and you are working with an interior designer, and the interior designer has an affiliate program that for every lead that you bring into her, she gives you 2% of that commission, or 1%, or whatever percentage. And she might give you a higher commission if that lead becomes a client. Let's say you're CAP certified aging in place specialist, and you're, doing a home assessment, and you have an affiliate with a product that you really recommend, which is, a shower bench, let's say, and you recommend this. You can give this product link to your client. If they purchase it, then you would get a commission. The price is not higher to the client. The price is absorbed by the seller, the person who has the product or service. They're basically giving you a part of their sale because they're using you as a sales rep, basically. At the end of the day, that is like your salary. You're on commission. So the more you sell, then the more you make. And that is affiliate marketing. It just happens to be online versus in person. So the programs that I myself use, are Amazon Associates, Mavely, which is a way, and these are free. You sign up for free. And then other specialized healthcare networks. It could be, a specific durable medical equipment provider. It could be a company that provides an app for safety monitoring. It could be all kinds of things. And I wanted to put a little reminder of how to find some of these independent affiliate programs. You go to your favorite browser, Google, Firefox, whatever. You type in exactly what it says here, quote, whatever your keyword phrase, let's say shower bench, end quote, the plus sign, and then in quotes, affiliate program. And then what you'll find is you'll find a list. The browser will give you a list of companies that offer an affiliate program for whatever keyword phrase you typed in. So just wanted to give a little reminder of that. The details on all of this is on last week's webinar, which is webinar number 15. Okay, so the secret ingredients of effective affiliate content, and not that's so much of a secret, but the idea really is that you want to identify the target audience's problem, and then you want to become the solution to that problem. But in being the solution to the problem, you can't just answer the problem. What you need to do is you need to build trust. And the best way to do that is to become an authority on that product or service, which online means a lot of content. Whether you're putting the content on social media or on your website, newsletter, whatever, one article selling something isn't going to cut it. Maybe it would have worked 10 years ago, but it's not working in 2025. So, and I doubt it's going to work in the future. So you want to promote products that you truly trust. You want to build the client's trust with your authority, and you always want to put their problem first. You're solving their problem. You're not just selling a product because it has a high commission. You want to solve their problem. And I'll give you a secret. It's very difficult to sell products that have a high commission, because a lot of people who go into affiliate marketing and are just starting and don't know any better think that, well, I can sell 5 of these and I'll make a lot of money, whereas I'd have to sell 1,000 of these smaller commission items to make the same amount of money. But the truth is, the items that have lower commission you sell a lot better and faster. So you probably end up doing the same, but it's so much more competition for products that have a high commission because everybody else seems to be going after that. Okay, the 5 different types of content that you want to focus on when you're writing for an affiliate product. Product roundups. So 10 items to make your bathroom safer. 5 items to make your kitchen safer. The 3 best bicycles for for seniors, on the beach. 3 best beach bicycles for seniors. I don't know, whatever. A product roundup. So you get a topic of a product and you want to talk about multiple products in there. You can do a comparison of them if you want to. You just can do just a roundup of them, what they are. And anything like that. Doesn't have to be all the same product. These should be products that give a particular, like not all bicycles necessarily, just products that give fill a particular living area space or a need, 5 mobility products, things like that. Tutorials, how-to type of things. These are usually videos, and if you do a written content plus a video plus a downloadable PDF, that's the trifecta. That's what you really want. You want all 3 things so that you can that they can consume it anyway. And if you want to go ahead and add it as a podcast, that's another bonus. Case studies, how did this particular product or service benefit a client of yours? That is always a great way to promote a product. A lot of people these days shop on Amazon or any kind of program that has reviews. Amazon is very big on reviews. And I know I personally, when I buy anything on Amazon, that's what I look at, are the reviews. So, of course, there's going to be a percentage of them that are not real reviews, but the more reviews, the less likely that, a large percentage of them are not real. At least I hope so. So far it's worked out well. Okay, comparisons. If you want to talk about the same product, 10 different walkers, 3 different shower benches, 4 different, doorknobs or ring doorbells or, whatever, anything at all, you can do a comparison chart, comparison content, article, whatever. That's always a great way for people this is when they're in the decision mode of trying to figure out which item to buy. And resource lists. I found that I had to start writing a lot of resource lists on my other website, on seniorsafetyadvice.com, especially when I was writing about driving, driving with dementia, or is it time to take the keys away from mom and dad, things like that. I realized that, well, wait a minute, a lot of people are looking for, at least what I saw in keyword research, was that people were looking for, well, at what age do I have to retake my license? Can I retake it? Do I have to retake it every year? How does it work? And you'd be surprised how different it is from state to state here in the U.S. and even other countries. So I had to write resource lists for that. And then also ended up with other resource lists, all kinds of Medicare agencies, Medicaid agencies, all of that. But resource lists are a great way to add not only educational information for your reader, but to hopefully get other people, who aren't your current readers to find you and come to your website. And of course, add links, affiliate links in there as needed if possible. I am giving you here a link to the document that I had previously uploaded in another webinar on how to, actually this is the new one. No, that's another link. This is a document of prompts to use for each one of these content types. So you can download it, print it, anything you like. And of course, change it, because these prompts are for me, a certified aging in place specialist, a dementia care specialist, an occupational therapist. If you're not those things, you're going to want to change that in the prompts. So make sure to, personalize them to who and what you are. Okay, Now you've got the links, you've got affiliate programs, and you've got an idea of, you're going to write these content articles, or you're going to write these articles or information, and the different types of articles you can write. But how do you integrate the link? I mean, do you just put it there and say, click here? No, it has to be a little more finesse than that. It used to be just click here, but the search engines don't like that anymore. They've gotten a lot more sophisticated, and so they want text that's a little more sophisticated. So when you write something, whether you put it on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever, website, wherever, you're going to link to that URL that is your affiliate link. When you sign up for an affiliate program or you go to Amazon and you get that link, you're going to copy it, and you don't just paste that link onto wherever you are. You want to use an anchor text. And an anchor text is just the phrase that you're using to link to your URL of the affiliate link. So it would be something like, what I wrote here was the sentence, I recommend using a non-slip bath mat in the shower. Non-slip bath mat is the anchor text. So in whatever program you're using, you're going to hyperlink that. You're going to highlight, usually you highlight that, and then you click the icon, which is usually the symbol of a chain link. And then that's where you put in the URL. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. Okay, so here I am on my website for an article on my website on seniorsafetyadvice.com. And the article is on easy crafts for anyone with shaky hands. I would never write this like this, but that is a phrase that is being searched for. So I wrote an article on it. Anyway, that's why you want to use the language that your audience is using. All right, so let's say that I wanted to, let's say that I wanted to highlight, I wanted to link to best crafts for seniors, not necessarily with shaky hands. Let's say I just wanted to hyperlink that. Now, I have this sentence already. When I'm reading my article that I've written, I realized that, hey, I can hyperlink this to an Amazon page. All right. So I'm going to go to Amazon. I type in best crafts for seniors. I get an entire page or more of all kinds of crafts. I get the link, just like I showed you in the other webinar, last week's webinar. I copy that link. I go back to my post, or this could be the same on LinkedIn or social media, anywhere. And I'm going to highlight that particular phrase. The chain link pops up, and then I'm going to type in or paste that URL and click OK, or whatever program it says. And now it's highlighted. So when someone comes to this page, if they click on that, it's going to take them to this page, and it's going to have my affiliate link code on there. So whatever they buy, even if they don't, well, you know how it works with Amazon. Even if they don't buy anything, any of these products, whatever they buy in the next 24 hours from Amazon, I get a commission on, unless they go to someone else's Amazon account and another website and go there. But that's it. That's all that's required. Now I'm going to take that off because that's not what I want there. But anyway, that's how you hyperlink an anchor text. And I always do that at the very end of after I've written a website. After I've written an article, no matter where the article is, or a description for YouTube video, it's at the very end. It's the last thing that I do. What you don't want to do is you don't want to do something like click here or read more or, check this out. You want to be more specific. So you want to, the anchor text should describe the item that you're linking to, like non-slip bath mat or best crafts or, foldable shower bench anything at all. You want the anchor text to be a very as descriptive as possible. So when the person sees that and sees that it's highlighted, they understand that clicking on that takes them to that product, not just click here. Plus, it's also assigned to the search engines that you're linking to a product or service page about that particular item. Okay. And there's all kinds of ways. And I recommend that you use AI to help you. You can say, here's my content. You can copy and paste your content, put it into any AI program that you use, and say, I want to add an appropriate anchor text link to a product about, you don't have to give them your URL, just a product about whatever, non-slip bath mats. Can you add that to this article or incorporate it into an existing paragraph? And it will do that for you, and then you can just hyperlink it. All right. Good anchor text is clear and descriptive, as I said, tells the reader exactly what they're clicking, and helps with SEO, which is search engine optimization, so that the search engines understand, oh, this hyperlink is about a non-slip bath mat or whatever. And these are some examples that you can give. Now, these are just the anchor text. Of course, you're going to put that anchor text inside a sentence. You don't want it just hanging there. It's going to be incorporated into a sentence. But the only part of that sentence that you have to hyperlink is that actual anchor text, not the entire sentence. You don't want anything that's vague or generic, like click here, read more, check this out, this link, whatever. You want it to be as specific as possible. And again, these days you can use AI to help you do that. I mean, never have so many people been able to do so much with so little these days. I mean, that was true a few years ago, but now even more so. All right. How do you write in your authentic voice? Well, one of the ways to do that, especially with chat, because chat now has memory. So I always tell everyone, write several things on your own. Letters to your mother, grandmother, father, whatever, anything that you write in your own voice. It doesn't have to be about a product. It could be a story about a patient, a client. It could be a work-related story, whatever. It could be a review of a product that you bought, whatever. Write something in your own voice and put that into chat and say, this is my voice. What do you think? How would you describe my voice? And I would do that with 2 or 3 letters, articles, whatever, just so you can get an idea of what your voice is. The other thing you can do is you can save that document. You can put all of those things. Let's say you wrote 3 letters. You can put all 3 letters in one document, save it on your computer. And then when you write something, you can just say, follow the tone of voice in the attached document. And you would just attach that document to chat, and it would remember that voice. That's just an easy way to do it. And you never have to worry about chat giving you information that it gives everybody else. It's giving it to you in your particular voice, using your slang, your terms, whatever. But you do want to use first-person storytelling. You want to be transparent and disclose that that when the reader clicks on the link, on an affiliate link, you may get a commission. I talked about that in webinar number 15. So check that out. You just want to put that in a very common place, usually at the bottom of whatever it is that you're writing. Except if it's a website, you just put it on the footer once and you never have to, redo it. But on social media, I think you have to keep adding it to the bottom of whatever you write. And you want to talk to the readers, not at them. Now, I always tell people, write like you talk. So pretend there's someone in front of you and you're talking about that non-slip bath mat. How would you describe it? What would you say about it? And as you're typing what you're thinking, what you're saying, speak out loud as if you're talking to someone, and type out exactly what you're saying. Even pauses and let me think and anything at all. Just write like you talk, because nowadays you can take that content, you can copy and paste it into Grammarly, and it would polish it up for you. You can copy and paste it into your AI program and it would polish it for you. Rewrite it in any style that you like. I like to write things in 6th or 7th grade level, and that seems to work quite well. So just write like you talk. Don't worry about it being not perfect. I don't speak perfectly, that's for sure. So just talk and write exactly as you talk. It's really that easy. It's not that complicated. So yes, you can write. So what are the actual elements or anatomy of an affiliate article or anything that you write, be it a paragraph or a full article, whatever? Well, one, there's the hook. And that this is a marketing thing. And the hook is basically talking about the problem, starting off with the problem. Okay, the problem is you have trouble getting up from a seated position, or your elderly mom has trouble getting up from a seated position. All right, so what do? How, that's the problem. Now, the value. Why should they listen to you? Why are you the person that they should follow your advice? Who are you? What experience do you have? Did you have a mother that happened to, and you're talking about what happened to you? Are you a therapist, physical, occupational, whatever, that you you treat patients with that issue and you have experience with this particular product? What? Are you a physician that you understand the anatomical mechanics of why the person isn't having trouble getting up, because it's maybe an article for someone who has trouble getting up because of arthritis? Maybe you're a neurologist and it's someone who has Parkinson's. What is it? Why should they trust you? Who are you? And what authority do you have? And then you want to weave the product or service into the solution. So an example here is, for clients with limited arm strength, I often recommend this cushioned riser that adds 4 inches of height. So if they have to push themselves up with their arms, then you want to have a riser on the seat that makes them up a little higher. Or actually a lift chair would be the most ideal thing, I think. But so anything at all that you can integrate. And then of course, the anchor text would be cushioned riser that adds 4 inches of height. That's what I would put. Or just cushioned riser. But I like having a little more verbiage in the anchor text. Anyway, that's just my thing. And then, of course, a call to action kind of thing. Anything, maybe if they're not ready to buy, some kind of call to action, or here, compare these other cushions, or compare these other lift chairs, or some resources of where to buy this kind of stuff, or links to maybe some reviews or comments about it, anything at all, or video on what it looks like. So that's a call to action, meaning you're asking the viewer, the reader, to do something now. Okay, you told them about the problem. You mentioned the problem. You are trying to address that problem, fix it for them. Why should they listen to you? You're telling them why you have that expertise. You're giving them information about the product, what you recommend. And now you're saying, okay, now the next step is you can do this. Or it can be a few things. Download something, anything at all. Okay, so some examples are, okay, how to help an elderly person up from a chair. That could be the title of your paragraph, article, whatever. And then you're going to, one, give the educational intent. It's going to focus on solving that specific problem. Is it because of arthritis? Is it Parkinson's? Is it cognitive decline? They can't follow instruction? What is it? Then you want to give a clear problem. Whatever the problem is, of course, it's going to be affiliated with the affiliate product. It's going to be related to that. Now, you want to, for this particular problem, helping an elderly person up from a chair, you could actually end up talking about one product that provides relief for two parties, not only the senior person who's having trouble getting up, but for the caregiver who may be straining themselves, helping that person getting up. I worked in geriatrics for many years, and my body definitely feels the strain, shoulders and back, from lifting, older people for all those years. Head injury, it's a lot of lifting. So you want to be able to say that, yes, this can help not only your loved one, but you as well. So think about that. It's not just a one-person solution, depending, of course, on the product and the problem. So think about that. Then you want to give your personal experience. Why should they listen to you? What experience do you have with this product or service, whatever? And then integrate that naturally into the sentence and anchor text, link it to your affiliate link. I know it sounds a little complicated, but once you get all the steps down, it seems very natural. After a while, it's really very easy. All right. Now you've got these articles, you've got these information that you're putting out on LinkedIn and social media, YouTube, wherever. And now if you put it in your email, of course, your email readers are going to see that. People on your subscription list. If you put it out on LinkedIn, people who follow you are going to see that. But you want more. The more traffic you can get to that piece of content, the higher your revenue is going to be for that affiliate product. So another way to do that on the internet is by being as optimized as possible for the search engines. So that requires two things these days. It requires SEO, which is search engine optimization, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And it also requires GEO, which is generative engine optimization. We're going to talk about that next. But right now, let's focus on SEO, which is the basics of all information on the internet. It's how the search engines read and see the information that's out there, no matter what platform it's on. So first, you want to focus on long tail keywords. These are phrases that are longer than just the object itself. So let's say if you're talking about a grab bar, a long tail phrase is best grab bar for small bathroom. And I tend to look for questions that people are asking. So that's why you can look at questions on Reddit, on Quora, Answer the Public, Google, people also ask, keyword research tools. Anything, if it's a question, then you know it's a problem, and you are here to answer that problem with your affiliate link. So I have information on how to harness these long tail keywords, how to find these keywords in webinar number 2. So get back, take a look at that, and that'll help you identify them. And that's usually the first thing I do is once I know I'm going to be talking about grab bars, then I look for 30, 40 phrases that I can write all about grab bars, because I want to be the authority on the internet. I want the search engines to consider me as an authority on that topic. So you need 30 or 40 articles. Used to be just 10, but now it's a lot more. All right. You want to use strategic headings. And all that means is, you're looking at something and it's got something in bold, some text in bold, and then a paragraph about that text, and then another text in bold, and it's usually larger, and another paragraph, and so on. Those are all subheadings, just like we used to write when we were writing our essays in high school and college. It's the same kind of thing. You have a heading, you have subheadings, and content in between. You're going to add, if possible, FAQ sections. Those are always great because those get into chat when you go on Google now and you do a search. A lot of times at the very top, there is an AI-powered answer, and that's usually from Chat or Copilot or whatever, some AI program. And those are answers to a question, and that's what an FAQ section is. And again, you can use questions that your clients give you or that you've heard. You can go to an AI program and say, I need 5 FAQ, popular or common FAQs for this particular title, topic, whatever, and it'll give you, and then it'll give you the answers as well, and you can tweak them to whatever it is that you need to tweak them to make it your voice and your knowledge base. And then internal linking, which basically just means that you're writing an article about grab bars, about the best grab bars for small bathrooms, and maybe you have another article on textured grab bars. So now within that article, you're going to link out to the textured grab bar article and so on. And, you just interlink all your articles so that when people come to one article, then they realize, oh yeah, I can get more information on this, and they'll link to another article on your site. And the beauty of that is that you have more chances of getting affiliate income, because now they have links. You have links on for Amazon products, for grab bars on article A, and you may have different Amazon links for textured grab bars on article B, and so on and so on. So you have the chances of getting a sale are even higher. It doesn't have to be Amazon, anything. Okay, so you want to have topical authority, which basically means that, like I said before, you want the search engines to see you as the authority on that particular topic. So you want to cover all aspects of that topic as much as possible. You want to answer all related questions that they might search for as much as possible. And you want to publish consistently within that niche. And eventually you need 30 to 40 articles to be seen as authority on a single topic. I'll give you a good example. I saw a month ago that on Senior Safety Advice, we were getting a lot of traffic for craft articles. And I guess it was because it's summer and it's difficult to go out during the summer. A lot of places, it's very hot. So a lot of people are looking for things to do inside, with their senior loved ones. So I had a handful of articles on crafts, and I saw people were coming to that. So I thought, okay, I am going to write 30 more articles on crafts. So I did my keyword research. I got my list of keyword phrases, and you know what? I'm going to show you that, and I'll show you how it's doing. Hold on. Okay, so this is my spreadsheet for Senior Safety Advice, and it's on leisure products. Leisure activities products. So this is the crafts section. So I initially just had this article, and these two articles. That's all I had. So I went ahead and added these articles, all about limited crafts with limited dexterity. These are the articles that I found, and these are the phrases that I found. And then these are other phrases. The green means are articles that I haven't yet written. A lot of them are because they're specific for, winter, Halloween, whatever. So it being it being July now, I am going to actually start working on Halloween and November. So anyway, so these are the articles so I have the keywords here. They're already there. All I have to do is open it up and start writing, start using my prompts with AI to get things going and start looking for that. And these are the other articles that were already there. So eventually I'll have a good number of articles all under crafts. And then I also added an entire section up here for crafts that I haven't even started yet under the topic of dementia, being, crafts for seniors with dementia. And I think I just passed it. Sorry to be going so fast, but I didn't want to take up a lot of time on this. I know. Yeah, so these are the topics that I'm going to be writing about on dementia. Though like I said, I haven't written any of them yet. Actually, I should make them, I'll do that later, make them all green. But the point is, you get the keyword list first, get it all down. That way, when you start writing, it's not so, you don't have to stop and get the keyword list. You can just, I can get out of there. You can just go ahead and start writing. And even if you're using images, I would get those images too, put them in a folder. That way you're all set. All right. I have I had given you a content calendar in another webinar, and I can't remember what number that was, but here's the link to that spreadsheet for an example of that content calendar, which is basically what I just showed you. This is just a little sample. I think I just have 2 or 3, slots for each topic, but you get the idea. You need 30 or 40. The more you have, the better. And again, if it's answering a question, it's even better. All right, so that's SEO. So now GEO is Generative Engine Optimization, also known as Answer Engine Optimization, which is basically being found on these AI programs and like on Google's, top answer that they give. So that's where everyone is trying to get found on these days. So GEO is a little bit more difficult. It's also brand new. Remember, Chad and these AI programs have not been around all that long. I think, what, a year and a half now? Something like that. So the information here is for sure going to change. But right now, this is what it is. All you need to do is, one, answer the questions clearly. Not a lot of fluff. Just have direct answers. Kind of think of it as a Wikipedia answer, something 1, 2, 3. And you can even ask your AI prompt. You can even say, I want it to be a GEO friendly answer to this question, however you want to put it. And I think I have that already written in the prompts, but you can check it. You want to use, again, first person with an expert perspective. You want to, add personal examples, client stories, anything like that. Lists and tables are some of the best things. They love lists and tables because it's easy to read, it's easy to follow. If you can do that with your particular item, product, article, whatever, do that. You want to use natural language processing, which is basically NLP phrases. And all this is semantic phrases. One of the parts of the prompt that I give you for article writing, it says search Google for, I don't remember, the top 5 or the top 10 listings in Google, and look for the NLP phrases, and it gives you a list of 50 phrases. And then the next prompt is rewrite the article and include as many of these phrases as possible in the article. The idea is that you're not using the same exact phrase over and over again. Problems with standing up, problems with, if the problem is that, problems with standing up, you're not repeating that same phrase. You're using as many different phrases as possible. So that way the search engines not only understand that this is about that exact issue, but also people type in all kinds of different phrases in order to, not everyone's going to type in problems with standing up. Some people are going to say can't stand up. Some people are going to say, difficulty standing up. So you want to have all kinds of different semantic phrases, and that's what NLP is. Okay. And then you want to use the product context. So if you have a product from Drive Medical, you don't want to say Drive Medical Walker. You want to say lightweight walker from Drive Medical, or bariatric walker, a larger walker from ABC Medical, whatever. You want to describe it. You want it to be descriptive, so that it matches not only the content of the article, but it gives more information to the search engines and to the reader about that particular product itself. And yeah, that could be the anchor text. Lightweight walker from Drive Medical. That would be the anchor text that I would use for the affiliate link for that particular product. And you want to avoid fluff, which is empty phrases, or fluff, which is like, oh, this is awesome, or best ever, or super high quality, whatever. I don't mind using those every now and then. It just depends on where you're writing. If you're writing it on TikTok, you might want to use those phrases. If you're writing it on Instagram, that might work there as well too. Maybe on LinkedIn it wouldn't. Maybe on your article on your website it wouldn't. But it's not set in stone. The point is, you don't want to fill your article full of fluff. You want it to be as concise as possible. You want to embed questions in your writing, especially in subheadings. And that's really the FAQs. I don't particularly like to create an FAQ section on my articles. I like to scatter them throughout the article so that an FAQ to answer a specific question follows a paragraph or two about that particular issue. So that's what I like to do. That seems to work better than just having a section about frequently asked questions. So that's what that means by embedding questions in your writing. Scatter them throughout instead of having a FAQ, section. And write with a teaching voice. Obviously, you're going to write with your own voice, but you want to target the audience. You want to talk about them, not about you. This is about helping them identify the problem, empathize with the reader, offer a specific solution, which of course is your affiliate product or service, explain how it helps, why it helps, who you are to even recommend it, and of course link to the product or service. So the common pitfalls that you want to avoid are you don't want to talk about products or services that you have absolutely no idea about. There is no point in talking about installing a Ring doorbell. You can talk about the benefits of a Ring doorbell, but you're not going to be doing a how-to article on how to install it if you've never done it or have absolutely no idea how to even begin doing it. Now, if you want to mention it in an article where you're talking about the benefits of it, then you can link to a YouTube video that someone else did on how to install it. That shows, one, not only are you giving your client everything they possibly need about this Ring doorbell, but you're also showing that you are reaching out to experts who have expertise that you do not. So don't be shy about linking to other sources that have information and authority that you do not. But go ahead and talk about the benefits of that product. That you can obviously do. You don't want to have a page with 100 links. In fact, I think that's the limit, is 100. The only exception to this rule is gift pages. I've seen a lot of internet pages where 110 Christmas gifts for your senior loved one that has everything, whatever. That's different. But if you're just doing article on the kind of walkers or lift chairs for someone with arthritis, then you're not going to have 100 links on there. 4, 5, 6, whatever. Of course, if you're just promoting your affiliate link, then it would just be that one. Okay. You do not want to hide affiliate links. In other words, many years ago, when I first started internet marketing 25 years ago, people used to put links. They used to put all kinds of text and links and everything in the same color font of the background. So if the background was white, they would type whatever they wanted to type and put it in white color instead of black or blue or whatever. So the idea was that when the search engines scanned that page, they scanned the coding, not the actual page that you and I see. They scanned the code. So all that text would show up in the code, and to the search engine, it looked like that page had a ton of information about whatever was on that page, but it really didn't. It wasn't there. It didn't take up all that space. It was just in the code. And people would hide links there and all kinds of things. That is so against the law now, so against the rules. It'll get you kicked out of whatever you put your article in. So you want to disclose that you have affiliate links on this page or article or YouTube video, whatever. And you also do not want to hide anything like that. Do not want to hide that link. It's called black hat SEO. And you don't want to use technical jargon. As I said before, we're all used to talking about specific products by their technical name. And that's okay to talk about it with a brand name because you want to promote the brand. But you want to talk about the product in a way as to what does it solve? What does this thing solve? So like before, when we talked about a lightweight walker from Drive Medical, well, the lightweight walker phrase is solving the problem of someone having trouble lifting a walker or moving a walker. you want something lightweight, or they have to lift it out of the trunk to, help someone. So you want to avoid any technical jargon if possible, as much as possible, or at the very least, use the technical jargon, but then describe it in user language so they understand what it is, and the search engines do as well. Although with AI, they probably know everything now. You want to repurpose this content. So once you write an article on these lightweight walkers, whatever, go ahead and take pieces of it, put it in a video, make shorts, make Pinterest pins, put it on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or X, whatever Twitter is called, anywhere. You want to take pieces of it and repurpose it throughout. That way you get the more, as I said, the more people you can get coming to that particular piece of content that you wrote, no matter where it is, then the better off you're going to be, the more you're going to make, because more eyes are getting on that affiliate link. Okay. Essential tools are, of course, AI writing assistants, like any of the, AI programs, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever. Design tools, if you're going to use graphics. I use Canva, but I also use Ideogram. I know I have a webinar on creating images. All the design tools that I use are in there. Link management. I wouldn't worry so much about the link management at this point. That's really more for WordPress. If you're doing a lot of WordPress articles, link management is what you're going to use, but you can ignore that for now. And then question research is just the keyword research. So go back to the webinar that I did. I think it was webinar number 2 on how to find keyword phrases that your audience are looking for. And those are the tools that you need. So your action plan for this week is 1, select a single product, affiliate link, whatever. If you signed up for Amazon or signed up for Mavely, or you want to promote a product that brings in highest revenue for your business, anything at all, choose that. Just pick that. And then write something about it, write several things about it. Do your keyword research first. Make your list of keyword phrases that you're going to write about that particular product or service, and then start drafting the content for that. Share it everywhere, anywhere that you can, that you belong to, email, YouTube, podcasting, your website, anywhere. And then if possible, track how much traffic you're getting to that page or the pages, or just to see how many sales you're making off with that product. Remember, it takes time, an average of 7 clicks, 7 actions taken for that brand or click or whatever, and 11 hours of exposure. So give yourself time. Don't give up. I did Pinterest for 2 years before anything started happening. And now it's our number 1 source of traffic to our website. So I almost gave up on Pinterest, but I persevered. I kept going, and I'm not doing anything different than I did from the first day of Pinterest, but it finally took time. So don't give up. Just keep going, and it will work. If you look back on I think this is the last one. If you look back on webinar number 15, I show you my spreadsheet of our revenue that we've been getting from affiliate links. Of course, it was much better before Google threw in their apocalyptic algorithm change, but everyone's in that same boat. Every single person on the internet is in that same boat. So we're all working to diversify where we get traffic from, and that's the reason for repurposing the content. You can make excellent income from affiliate, depending on the affiliate and how well you market it. And I hope this information helps you to market it. I look forward to any questions you have on this webinar, and I guess I'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you.